Welcome back to Usapang Bayan at kasama pa rin ang ANE Philippine Head na si Mr. Jacque Ruby. Alam niyo si Jacque Ruby, kahit ganyan ang pangalan niyan, katutubong Pilipino yan. Di ba? So, kaya lang, kaya ang napakagaling naman na ang ANE would hire being a multinational company of Disney, no, would hire a Filipino. And napakaswerte rin nila na na-hire nila si Jacque, kaya umunlad ang pag-promote sa Pilipinas. Siguro, Jacque, maybe you can tell us a little more about why the Philippines has become more prominent, no, particularly in the programming of a lot of the shows of ANE.
Well, it bespeaks of the growing economy already, of the strength of our economy. Actually, Manila now is the center of the universe of A&E networks. George, you're correct to say that a lot of local productions, the so-called local productions, are being done here in the Philippines. Actually, we wrapped up 2 shoots here in the Philippines, which are going to be aired in the Asia-Pacific footprint. To answer your question, yun nga, the economy is very strong, and there's a lot of interest from possible partners here in the Philippines compared to the other territories. That's why we've decided to do a lot of these shows here in the Philippines.
Well, actually, totoo yung sinasabi ni Jacque, no? Isa na kami doon. As you can see from here, from our mug here, Baik, no? Maybe Jacque can tell us a little more about the just the partnership, and particularly about the coming events and the shows that were shot here entirely, no?
Okay.
Particularly for the case of Ride and Seek and the coming history convention.
Let me start with the 2 shows that we shot here in the Philippines. First, yung Ride and Seek. We're on season 4. Actually, Ride and Seek season 3 was shot here also in Luzon, from Manila to northern Luzon. It rated very well that New York, our head office, decided, okay, let's do the Philippines again. Kasi, yun nga, no? Hindi lang naman sa Philippines siya nagre-rate eh. Pati sa Malaysia, Singapore, and Myanmar, Ride and Seek. So there's also genuine interest on the Philippines, yung mga scenic spots natin, kasi that's what the show about, Ride and Seek. So because of its success, okay, we decided to do season 4 here in the Philippines, this time in the Visayas and Mindanao. And we are proud to say that we're partners with Baik, being one of the official cars ng Ride and Seek. And this is a first actually na nagkaroon ng kotse. Ride and Seek is actually a motor tourism show, no? It's an American girl riding around with a big bike. And the first episode is she driving around with a bike car.
Actually, I just wanted to say, talagang napakagaling na salesman ni Jacque. Isipin mo, kotse kami, napa-convince niya kami na kailangan suportahan si Jaime Dempsey, who's this California blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl.
That's
no?
right.
And we actually like the idea because the name of the brand Baik is very synonymous, very similar sounding to bike. No?
That's
and
right.
Jaime was actually laughing about that. And we also liked Jaime because she's a very pleasant person. And our feeling is that a lot of people who had aspired to own motorcycles eventually will aspire
Like
to
me.
move on, no, to become to have 4-wheel drive vehicles, no.
Yeah,
Sige, Jacque, go ahead.
That's true. Actually, thanks to George and Jamie, I started riding around with a small scooter, but eventually have to bike around
Bigger bikes.
with the bigger bikes. Yun nga po, very strong ang reception here ng Ride and Seek. Na right now we're in the planning stage for season 5. Especially that our Philippine presidency, Presidente Digong, is into big bikes himself.
Very good.
That's why we're thinking of doing Davao and Palawan. So it's a shout out to Baik to renew actually.
Pwedeng pag-usapan yan. So, we've been very happy with the collaboration with Jacque and the A&E. So, ano pa yung isang
Okay, then
programa?
the
Ano
other
pa yung
show
ibang
naman,
programa?
which is also premiering in August, is called Celebrity Car Wars. It's an international competition. It's like Top Gear meets Amazing Race. 6 international celebrities will be competing, from drifting to parking trailers to changing wheels. And there are actually 3 Filipino celebrities, including Joey Mead, who is very much in the news. Mark Nelson and si Casey Montero. That's the other show. If you could see, no, it's both are airing on history. Anong connection yun sa history? Kasi we are presenting history in an entertaining way. Like sila George and Jamie, siguro spoiler alert na lang, no? Like si George was the gun trainer. Tama ba?
Shooting instructor.
Shooting instructor. So there will be, ikikwento na rin doon sa show na yun na paano yung development of guns here in the Philippines. So may nai-inject yung history doon sa mga show. Ganon din sa Celebrity Car Wars. They're racing around, pero ikikwento rin yung, kunyari, this Clark was a former base. Meron pa rin historical angle. So those 2 shows are going to premiere in August during the History Convention event na George mentioned already. History Convention is the first global convention. And yun nga, it's happening here in the Philippines. 6 things are happening there. You have your exhibits, you have your world record attempts, you have our talents are flying in for a series of talks and meet and greet. Then we have our tournaments and demonstrations. We have History B. Basically, it's like Quiz B, but focus on history. So it's an action-packed convention, no? So I'm proud to say Baik too will be there.
Yes.
Together with UCPB. So they will be displaying actually their cars, and the Baik is going to be part of the ride and seek section. So integrated siya dun sa show eh. So nandun yung mga ginamit na sasakyan ni Jamie.
Sir, since you've mentioned po yung ride and seek, no, I'm just curious, was there ever a time that the Philippine Department of Tourism contacted you
Yes.
to congratulate for the efforts to
Actually,
boost
they
our
wanted
tourism?
to partner with us. But they're not as generous as George. So, in the end, we just tied up with the local tourism boards. So, kanila na lang kami nakipag-partner. But definitely, it's doing us, the Philippines, a lot of service. Talagang, imagine, she promoted the chili ice cream. Yun nga, kay George in Cebu.
Well, actually, the programs of history not just promote certain localities, no, or historic events, but they also promote people.
Opo.
Ano yung mga character traits ng mga Pilipino, na why she loves Filipinos, the food, and of course yung beautiful sights that is actually part of the show, no? That they can see na, well, some of those sites I've never even seen.
That's
wow,
right,
parang
yeah.
it seems like I thought you were in Europe or something like that, no? So a lot of these things are really helping the Philippines become recognized as a tourism destination, not just because of the sites, no, but also because of the people, the food, the culture, and the history,
culture.
no? So sabay-sabay ho lahat yun.
Actually, there's a funny anecdote here. When Jamie was in the airport on her way back to the States, a couple approached her. They're from Canada. And they came over to the Philippines because of an episode that they saw on YouTube. which she, I can't remember which area. So they wanted to try it out, but they approached her in the airport to thank her for featuring that place.
Because they learned about it from there and they actually saw it.
Although they saw it on YouTube, I mean, sa amin malaking bagay na yun. And true, George, no, actually, I feel like mas naikot pa ni Jamie ang buong Pilipinas than I have, no? I mean, for God's sakes, I haven't been to Boracay. I'm so pathetic, no? But
Well, now's your chance.
perhaps the next summer. But yun nga, so marami na siyang naikot eh. So ngayon ang focus, yung huling shoot namin, nag-Visayas Mindanao kami without spoiling, no? But I expect more from her. Na kasi yung season 3 was Butanding and she had her tattoo sa may Ifugao, opo, and
Kefang Od.
yeah, and then now she'll be shooting guns among other things.
Sir, since you mentioned po na na-acknowledge po ng government yung efforts po ng history at ng ride and seek in particular sa pag-boost po ng tourism sector natin. Of course, it also contributes to our economy.
Apo.
Kayo naman po, for your part, ano po ang hinihingi nyo sanang tulong from our government, if there's any?
I believe the president already mentioned this as one of his. I'm not sure if it's one of his priorities, but one of his plans. As you very well know, in the Constitution, medyo ang foreign mass media, hindi sila pwedeng magkaroon ng presensya here in the Philippines. So medyo nahihirapan ho kaming makakilos ng gusto. It's not just me, the other networks as well. And can you just imagine kung makapagkaroon kami ng full presence here, yung trabaho na maibibigay and perhaps a partnership with GNN could be
Of course,
considered,
we'd
diba?
welcome that.
Diba? So, yun eh, may mga restrictions pa, I think, and if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, George, kasi that's the 1987 Constitution
Yes,
eh.
yes.
Na it
Yung
was
foreign
a
media ownership, yes.
reaction to the Marcos years na kaya naging protective tayo yun eh. So yun yung kailangan mabuksan para more dollars will be coming into the Philippines.
Okay. Actually, if I can add, no, a lot of countries, no, that are encouraging tourism are actually spending money to have their own shows, no, that promote their country, like Fun Taiwan, di ba?
That's right.
So maraming ganyan. Pero dito sa atin, somebody's already doing it for
That's
us
right.
na libre, di
That's
ba?
right.
And they're spending money doing a professional production with people who are very well-known actors or actresses. So, napakagandang oportunidad ito sa atin. Ano? So, magbe-break po muna ulit tayo. Makakasama pa rin po natin si A&E Network Philippines Head, Mr. Jacque Ruby, sa ating pagbabalik. Please stay tuned.